Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a simple loaf of white bread. It's one of the quickest and easiest ways to make bread. There's no kneading and the ingredients are very simple. All the ingredients and measurements are in a link right below this video. All-purpose flour, salt, sugar, yeast, water, and oil. That's all you need to make this simple bread. This is the yeast I'm using. It comes in a small packet like this. It's active, dry yeast. I'm going to bake the bread in a loaf pan. You can use a cake pan or really any other shape pan that you have. First thing you need to do is warm up water. The water should be about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you don't have to measure with a thermometer if you don't have one. All you have to do is stick your finger in here, and if it's warm, that's good. It just cannot be really hot because if it's too hot, it'll kill the yeast. To the water, add the sugar and the dry yeast. Stir it. Leave it alone for about 5 minutes. When you see little bubbles on top, it means the yeast is active. If it looks flat and like nothing's happening, that means your yeast is dead and you need to get new yeast. Add coarse salt to the flour. Give it a mix. See the tiny bubbles on top? Our yeast is active. You'll also be able to smell it. Pour the yeast mixture into a big bowl. You can see it's foamy and bubbly. That's what it should look like. Measure out water and warm it up. You don't want to use cold water. About 20-30 seconds in the microwave is enough. Add half the flour and salt mixture to the yeast. Oil, and mix it up. Add the water. And the rest of the flour. Just mix it with your fingers until all the flour is incorporated. You see it's nice and sticky. That's how it's supposed to look. There's just a little bit on your hands you can get off. It's not much at all. And that's it for handling the dough. We'll cover it and let it rise until it's doubled. Since my counters are cool and the house is cool, I always leave the dough in the microwave because it's the warmest place in my house and it'll help the dough rise. Whatever pan you're using, grease with a little bit of oil. The dough has risen. With your oiled fingers, take the dough and put it into your pan. It'll slide out. Just move it a little bit so it's even all around. Now we can just cover this. I'll store it in the microwave for another hour until it's doubled. Heat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. After an hour, the dough has risen. Bake in the heated oven for about 30-35 minutes. It's been 30 minutes and the bread is cooked. You can stick a thermometer in the loaf, and if it's 190 degrees Fahrenheit, that means the bread is cooked. If the bread sounds hollow, it's done. Take the bread out of the pan right away. You hear that thumping, the bread is done. You can put some butter on the top of the bread if you like. Put it on a rack and let it cool completely before cutting into it. Slice the bread with a serrated knife. You can see the bread is cooked. A little bit soft. It's got a nice crust. And as you saw, it was so easy to make. No kneading at all. It's perfect to eat just like this or toasted with butter. I love the crust. It's so tasty. It really tastes like bread that you spent a lot of time and effort making when you didn't. For bread that was so easy to make, it tastes absolutely amazing. The best way to store the bread is to slice it up right after it's cooled and eat it right away or put it in the freezer. Just put the slices in a bag and it'll stay fresh in your freezer for a couple of months. The refrigerator is not a good place to store your bread, so either store it in the freezer or eat it fresh. I hope you like this recipe, and I definitely hope you give this a try because it is so easy to make your own bread. You don't have to worry about going out to the store if you run out of bread. You can make your own. Your house will also smell really good when you're baking bread. If you want to get a notification when I upload a new video, click on the bell icon and select all. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.